we go. Right, you're on,
Okay.
Gavin.
Okay. Apologies for Wendy. I think she's got our little one, our granddaughter, is it? Heidi tonight. So, thank you very much for all coming online again. It was good to see so many of you with us again. Tonight is about macro shots that we've all taken and had a chance to upload. We're going to just run through them, and what we'll do is, I take it, we'll unmute the person whose photographs it is, and then they can explain how they did it or what they were thinking. So we'll just crack on, and then we can get to doing it. Mike, you can start the first person.
Right, Andrea. So let's go to, where are you? I can't see you. There you are, Andrea. So unmute you.
Thank you very much.
Away we go. So this is your first one, a jumping spider.
It is. All the following shots were taken with a crop frame camera and a 105 macro lens. Some were handheld, including this one, which was a bit of a grab shot because I was chasing him around the wall. So so just a grab shot of the jumping spider. I'm afraid I do find them rather cute.
They are.
So that's about it. All these shots have been taken in the last 2 weeks whilst I've been spending a lot of time in the garden.
Yep, very good.
Okay. If anybody wants to say ask anything, if you put your hand up and I'll try and spot you.
It's just better using the chat. Oh.
Well, I've turned everybody off. Then we don't. Oh, we've got a good from Steve, because you do have a thing you can do. God knows where it's got to now.
Reactions, is it?
Yeah, it's fell off mine. I don't know where mine's gone.
Okay, so thank you for that, Steve. This one's, I was just trying something different rather than just a bunch of insects. They were a bit thin on the ground, and I just spotted that water droplet in the foliage of the flower, of the greenery. Just thought I'd give it a try. Quite like it. Does look artificial actually, but that's what it was like.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that it?
Yeah.
Oh, a wolf spider.
It is a wolf spider, which are the most numerous spiders that I have in the garden. This one actually was stacked, so it was taken using a tripod, but nothing else fancier than that, and it was 7 images. I'm not dead good at stacking at the moment, so I thought I'd get some practice in, and this one was being kind enough to sit still.
Good. Super. Yep, you get thumbs is up. Moving on.
Yeah.
Or not, as the case may be. Ladybird, take off.
Pure fluke. Saw a harlequin ladybird, tried to take a few shots of it, and was just going machine gunning it a bit. And when I went back to look through them, just caught it on takeoff. Admittedly, the front of its head's not quite sharp, but I quite liked it anyway. I got lucky.
There's a button, Ron, for putting your hand up rather than actually waving it in front of the screen.
Well, I don't know these things because I didn't join you last week because I had no way of doing it. I tried to get on, but couldn't.
Up.
Sorry?
You turned up and then went away.
Yeah, but I've no camera.
Well, that's all right.
Right. Okay. So where's the button then?
God knows.
Wait a minute.
Or anything. It's just all cleared off. Well, there is a button somewhere.
No, I can't see it. Anyway, okay.
Did you want to say anything, Ron?
Yeah, I just would like to say that is very good. I like that very much.
Thank you very much.
Hold on, we've got a couple others here who want to stick the roar in. Right, you're unmuted. Pat and Brian.
Right. Brian, Ron, it's just for you. You look along the bottom where it says reactions. If you click on reactions at the bottom, it comes up with a thumb and a hand.
Yeah, you got a reaction. There's one up there.
You got it, Ron, at the bottom of the screen. It should say participants, chat, share screen, record and reactions. Ron, can you hear me?
He can hear you, but he can't say anything because I've muted him again.
Well, that's where he finds it. You can tell him, Mike.
Keep him muted. Oh,
Right, that's,
Pat, did you want to say something?
It was just the same thing that they're across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, they are sometimes.
Yeah.
They're not on mine. Very good. Well, never mind.
Okay.
Right. Let's. Where were we up to, Andrea? Can you remember?
Yeah, well, we got Ladybird up there, so try the next one. You got 2 more to do.
Right, here we go.
I think Eddie was asking a question about, do you shoot AL servo?
Yes.
Yes, but also tend to tweak it manually because it doesn't necessarily hit the spot.
Okay.
So this is a shed spider skin, and that's the other one. That was a stack of 3 images. Again, just a bit of practice. Well, a bit different.
Very weird, you know. No.
It's about to leap at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the shadow as well. It does also make it look like it's there when it's not.
Mm.
Right.
It's missing a leg.
Missing a bit more than that, I think.
Yeah.
Other than a hover. Why?
Yes, other than a hover, like everybody else, they're around in great numbers at the moment, and this one just managed to drop on the flowers in the garden. So again, just a quick grab, handheld. I think F9 for that one. The others were done at F8. So I was quite pleased with that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, Pepper doesn't like it, seeing as I get the bottom, but never mind.
It's Randy Andy. Hold on, let me get in. Oh, let me find you and unmute you. Right. Andy, you're unmuted.
Okay. Ah, yes.
Locust.
Yeah, these were taken quite a while ago. It's a locust nymph.
Oh.
So it's a baby locust, really.
Yeah.
And this was just taken with my homemade setup with a flash on the end of a bar, like so. Flash on each side.
Yep.
And as I was pointing the camera at it, it kept darting behind that piece of grass, and I keep moving round, and it'd keep moving round behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It was really persistent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. But apart from the eye's not very sharp, but the body's quite good.
And the legs there, the front legs, a bit. But you know, there's not much really you can do with
No, they don't stay still long enough to
No,
stack it.
no.
I was lucky to get a grab shot.
Yeah.
Okay. A green buckle.
Yeah, it's a green buckle on a brick. Yeah, again, same setup, but that was taken near home, some woods near the house.
Lovely colours.
Yeah, that's what I like about that. Yeah, and the hairs coming out of his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a great deal to say about it apart from that. It's
I like the hairs, you know.
Very good.
You get an upgrade, Mike.
We don't need to disappear in another few minutes.
Yeah.
But those who want to give a clap to the NHS will have a little bit of a break.
yeah, again, this is a stink bug. Just wandering around looking for likely candidates. And you'll point your camera at most anything, won't you, if you can?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Just, I think it's again just how sharp, you know, the sharpness of it's quite a lot of it is quite sharp. I think the only thing is the antennas there, but
Yeah.
the rest of it's very good. You know.
Yeah.
Eddie says,
Have
put
you-
it in the fridge.
It's a bit difficult when you're in the field, though. It's I have to take a can of freezer spray with me or something.
Yep. Is that the Sony 90mm?
That is the 90mm, yeah.
Right. That was from Steve.
Yeah.
Right. We've got Eddie's. I'm not sure how we're going to do yours, Eddie. Do you? Do you want to type something up and I'll relay it?
Mhm. It's a bug. It's very good.
It is a bug. Yeah. Just a sec. There you go. Christine.
It's not a bug, it's a 5-spot burnet moth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. He's put a flying bug then.
Okie doke.
When was this? You know, a garden spider.
A spiddy. One garden spiddy. Is that the one that's with your bin behind?
Neat.
It was the green bin. So the background is the green bin. With the 3S there. The feeding, fighting, and frolicking.
Again, it's good detail.
Yep. Yeah. He's getting quite good at these, isn't he, Eddie? Shooting little bugs and flies and moths. Just go slightly. Is that just about? This is your famous longhorn. Got a good ceiling there, Mike. Not HDR. Yes, we know. Not tone mapped either. Significantly. There's another little spiddy. What's the background on this one, Eddie? Real. It's a real background. Bin. No good sun. It's at the Chads, apparently. A scorpion fly.
Why the long face?
Happy. But then again, if you had Eddie leaning over you with a big camera, would you be happy? Any comments, Eddie? You'll have to type faster. No. Okay. Right. Gavin. Let's just shut everybody up again. I think everybody's quiet now, apart from... Oh, let's unmute Gavin.
Yes.
There you go. Right, Gavin.
Okay. Right. I was just playing about with macro because I don't really have a good macro. I don't think my macro's that great, so I was just playing about with it. But the reason why I liked this one was because when the reflection of the LED lights, you can see the little eyes in the bead, and it actually gives you a little face. So I called him Mr. Bead Man.
Yes.
So you can see the sort of reflection. So it looks like a sort of head. Where,
Yeah, that's one nasty dose of piles he's got, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's just playing about with it. I don't think my macro lens is. I need to practice a wee bit more on these ones. But I thought I'd give it a go.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, just trying to get the detail and trying to get in really close to see the. I've got a like a little light box, so they're sitting on that and trying to get in close to see the detail of the sharpenings. Obviously, it starts to fade out at the end.
Yep.
But you can see the detail in there. So it was good fun for me, to do these. I'm not an expert. I don't have a large macro. I think I've only got a 40mm macro. So, but yeah, a good stock. Yeah, if anybody's wanting a picture of pencils, yes, that's a good picture.
You need to align your
Chromatic abrasion.
centre bit. You need to be right over it.
Yeah.
Rather just on an angle.
Yeah. Cool. I'll practice more of these. It's good practice. Then I was just playing about with, these were the only butterflies I could catch. So yeah, just playing again with the detail and just trying to wife there's one of our pictures on the wall and get really close in. So yep. So yep. A little bit of flowers, just trying to get the detail in the flowers. I don't think it's worked that well, but at least you can see some of the detail on the white there, the sort of the veins of the flower. So
Mhm.
again, it's not something I do a lot of, but I'm just trying the macro,
Yeah. Depth of
Uh,
field is difficult, isn't it?
yes. I'm sure that a lot of us were, when we started doing that, we think, oh, that's just easy. We'll just point the camera
Oh yeah.
down at the item and then realize, where's all my detail gone? Yeah. So
Yeah.
a bit of practice and
Interesting. Did you want something?
No, is that the reaction? Is always that hand up? No, it's a
That's a hand up, yeah. I think.
clap.
One next to
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I think Eddie says that about 1 million hours practice is needed to get this right.
Probably right, yeah.
So yeah.
Inspiration as well
Yeah.
from Steve. Can't see any. Not on that one. Was it on the
No.
last one, Steve?
Yeah.
Please.
Leaves, Ace of Leaves. So just getting in close and Ace has come up with all these are very small leaves on it just now, and just like the detail on the, you can see the veins of the flower, the leaves.
Yep.
So
Cannabis
just again,
leaf, that is it.
yeah, that's our cannabis tree in the back.
All right, then.
It's not fully grown yet, but I'm getting there with it. How did you know?
I used to have one, but not anymore.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it's nice orange color. It's obviously a bit of a thing because usually that's more an autumn color, but it was quite nice, the sort of colors from it.
Mhm.
Okay. Next one.
Bead
Just
bracelet.
bracelet. Yes. So I was just practicing again, just trying to get in deep, closer, and just try to get the shapes of the bracelet. So it probably didn't work that well, but it was, as I say, it was just practicing.
Mhm.
I think that's it for me. I think.
Is.
Yep.
Right.
Thank you.
Jill, do you want to hang on until we've done a clap or not? I'm sure that was probably a yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are we
that's
stopping
fine
there?
by me.
We're stopping to go and give a clap.
Yeah, we'll go and give a clap. We'll have a 10-minute comfort break. Right. There's a cute little dog, Mark.
Oh yeah.
We'll give everybody a couple more minutes to rejoin us.
Mike, can you hear me?
I can.
Who's Mike Hell?
That's me.
Okay.
That one over there. I've got an issue with my computer, and if I've got a camera on for a little while, it just locks up the whole computer.
Okay.
It's unusual for you having an issue with the technical stuff.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? The more cameras I've got on, the quicker it crashes.
Anyway, do you have these random thoughts?
Go on.
I've seen Patricia's name, and it reminded me of that song, Patricia the Stripper. With the shake of her hips. But for the life of me, I can't remember who sung it. That's my random little thought for the Does anybody know?
No.
Patricia, you must know.
There used to be a nip at the stripper at Bellevue.
No, we're Patricia the stripper. Is it Christy Burr? I'm going to have to look it up.
You'll have to unmute your microphone.
Yeah, it was.
Andy.
It was.
Yeah,
I knew
just-
Brian didn't know that.
There you
Yeah, it
No,
was.
I just looked it up
Christy
then.
Burr.
Christy Burr. What a memory.
Right. Okay. I'm going
He
to,
also did Lady in Red, didn't he, Christy?
and we'll go over to you, Jill. Mr. Moore.
Okay, thank you.
Don't pay the ferryman.
Yeah, but who's that for?
I've always got to do for that. And then I find Jill again. There's Jill. Unmute. Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, all yours.
Thank you.
Would you like to see something?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
There's only 3.
A crow.
Okay, so just 3 images from me. I've got 3 macro lenses, a 50mm, a 100mm, and a 150. So this is one from each lens and different apertures. This is a crocus flower, which was taken on the 100mm at f2.8. So very, very shallow depth of field.
Certainly is. Just very smooth as it disappears off in the distance.
Yeah, I should really have thought of doing it on a different aperture, and then you can see all the white stripes in the petals, but I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a crocus. So this was taken on the 150.
Yep.
And f10. So a bit more in focus.
Yep.
Just to hover. As Andrea says, there's plenty of them around at the moment.
Are you clapping or raising? I think you were clapping, weren't you, Christine?
Yes, I was clapping.
Right.
Oh, thank you. Too much white. Thank you, Eddie. I'll get rid of some of it. And the last one?
Daisy.
So this is taken with the 50mm lens, f4, and it's just a daisy in the grass. 3 different apertures, quite 3 different effects, really. Thank you, Eddie. Yep, that's me. Any questions?
Have you done macro shots quite? Is that something you do a lot of, or?
Yeah, yes, over the years, yes.
Right.
Right.
I like the detail in this.
Thank you.
Keith.
Thank you.
Let me find you. There you are.
I haven't spoken yet. Can you hear me okay?
Can now.
That's good. So I've only put 4 in, three of them the last few days, working on the last few days.
Okie doke. Here we go. A flower.
Yeah, I have no idea what the name of this. So if any sort of horticulturists are around, they can maybe help me. It's a plant in the garden. Was there sort of the last few days. It has this sort of blossom on, and then it turns, there's red petals on it. It's a bushy plant, but I have no idea of the name of the plant. So this was only about a 2 or 3 stack, I think it was, at most.
Yep. Vincent's saying it's forest flame.
Forest flame, that sounds appropriate.
Yes, yeah.
Well, you can change the title now, Mike. Yeah.
Patricia's waving, so maybe she has an answer.
Sorry. There we go. Right.
Right?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Can now.
Yeah.
Forest Flames, like the subtitle, it's a Pieris. P-I-E-R-E-S.
Okay.
There you go.
There's one outside.
Oh, you know, Keith.
Yes, they're certainly right now they're in bloom.
Yeah.
So it's definitely spring flower.
Okay. How did you get the black?
Well, what I did, first of all, I was photographing out in the garden.
Yeah.
And then it was too busy. There was too much foliage and things around. So then I just took a little sprig off and brought it inside. And then I put some black card around it. But it was still needed some work then to actually take the background totally black.
Yeah.
It's quite background, well, it works, I don't know, but it was just me trying something. I think the macro bit for me is just about playing with things and seeing what works and what doesn't. And I'm not a bug man, obviously, so flowers, I prefer flowering.
Yeah, it's a nice picture. Nice photo.
Okay, that's all I have to say about that one.
Nice in the good way rather than the bad way.
Yes.
So I took the same picture. The next one coming up is took the same picture and tried to do something a bit more arty with it, which is not typically me. And it seemed to just turn out like a sort of faded wallpaper or something like that. I haven't a clue whether any of this works. It was just me playing about with things.
Yeah. It reminds me of some of the work that Sandra does with her flowers and.
Yeah. There's this pastel-y thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a texture on it and what have you, and obviously the background's changed and what have you. So there's a texture.
Yeah.
And there's a slightly softer look to it.
Yeah.
I don't think somebody said, Steve said about contrast. That's exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want any contrast. That was deliberately done that way.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
As I say, whether it's to your taste or anyone else's taste is, I'm not even sure it's to mine taste. But...
Okay.
Okay.
Cup to bean.
Yeah, this is me. I say having a bit of fun. Tuesday morning, I've been playing about with this, and I just stuck it on a background, and it's certainly not grounded properly. I only spent about 2 minutes trying to ground, but I was just trying to have a bit of fun and look at things a little bit differently. Again, I've never shown it to anybody. It's the first time anyone's seen it, so whether it works, I've no idea.
The concept's good, you know.
Yeah, I think the idea was you hear a lot about bean to cup machines and like coffee machines. This is just the opposite.
Yeah. It's probably quite, it's quite centered in the picture, and there's a lot of background. So maybe cutting it back down a bit so you've got more of the.
Well, I think the back of I did this on Tuesday morning. It had to be on Tuesday, and I had the cup and the beans and whatever, and I just put it on the background. My ideas would have been, or still are, in fact, it should be on a table with some other things around it. I don't know, crusty bread or something. Just something like that. This is just a bit of fun as it is now. Well,
yeah, that was good effort.
There's about 3 shots there. Obviously, actually it all started with I broke the beaker, and it broke it in this funny way with a hole at the bottom. And I thought maybe I could use that. So that's the origin of that.
Yeah,
I thought it was an odd-looking beaker, but
yeah, the hole exists. It's not Photoshop. The hole. It's actually. It's a bit tricky keeping the coffee in now, though.
Yeah, you've done very well because it's got quite a lot in there.
Good.
Yep. And this one's not recent. I think I must have taken that last late summer last year or something like that. So I think it's a ball allium or allium ball. Again, the horticulturist will know this better than me, but I quite like just one for the depth of field and the colour.
Yeah, it's a lot. Any questions from anybody? No. A nice colour. I like that.
And I think that's all from me.
Dangling down there.
Yeah, but it's sharp though, isn't it, Mike? I think, yeah. So I was quite happy to leave it in.
Yep. It is, because your planar focus is probably through that. The ones right at the front, you just lose
They're
it.
just soft, yeah, slightly soft, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was focus stacked, Leslie.
Right.
Moto.
Moto, is that you? You should rename yourself and then we know. Right.
I'm still a newbie to this thing, so you have to bear with me. I just followed the directions and ended up hiding in the background for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Which I do quite well, apparently.
Yeah.
I also need to get it onto the desktop, I think. It's on my phone at the moment, which isn't great.
Not as good on your phone. A lot better on the desktop.
No, it's a tiny little picture.
Yeah.
And an even smaller picture below that. So I can get it onto the desktop, but there's no camera with that. But I guess that's not that important, really, is it, to be honest.
Oh. I'm using 3 screens at the minute. Right. So let's move you on. There you go. Damsel.
Yep. That would be correct, yes. Not a great deal to say about any of these images. It was my one and only delve into macro photography a couple of years ago, really. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
And then I had to give Leslie's lens back.
Ah.
But I love looking at other macro pictures of other people. It's a fascinating world.
Yeah.
It's a real eye-opener and it's very addictive.
Mm-hmm.
I really did enjoy it. But these are from a couple of years ago. But I just threw them in because they're the only ones I've got for now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you want to get back into, Malcolm?
Yeah, I've not found a genre of photography that I dislike. And macro is right up there. It really is. It's stunning. Yeah, and you probably, or I certainly, look more in depth and longer at my macro images than I probably do most others because you can study them. Well, you don't really study most of them, but macro, it opens up another new world, doesn't it? Especially when you zoom in and you get detail.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Yeah, I'd love to do it on a...
What camera have you got? Are you a Canon or Nikon?
I'm both, actually. Long story, we won't get into that, but I've ended up, I've got a Nikon 7100 and a 7D Canon.
Right. You maybe need to look at, the macro lenses, see if there's any offers just now. Because I know that.
Yeah, it's. I borrowed one off Les. I think it was a 105.
Yeah.
Les will know. But yeah, and it was great for portraiture as well, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's cracking lens. So yeah, I know the kind. I think Sigma do one, which around you can pick it up for about £200 or £300, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be for another time.
Yes.
Currently.
Okay. I think Leslie's confirming it's a Nikon 105 we had.
Nikon 105, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah, really good. And if my memory is correct, all of these, there might be one that was the Canon 1-400, possibly, but the vast majority, if not all of them, they're all taken in the time period that I had that lens with me. So possibly one, but I think most of them are, if not all, are taken with that lens.
Mm-hmm.
And the details, you know, I was inexperienced, but what it captures is quite, you know, it's quite a revelation to use a lens like that and just look at these pictures. Not just me, anybody, a good macro lens. Like I say, it's a fascinating topic, and I'd love to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
That's on a Budleia.
Budleia, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the name of the flower. I don't know the name of the butterfly. Somebody will know.
Oh yes, somebody will know. Somebody will tell us, or not, as the case may be. No, nobody's telling us anything.
No, that was in New Mills. I remember when that was taken. That could be the one with the Canon 1-400. But this thing was alive with butterflies. They were all over it.
Yeah, Budleias are good for that.
Yeah.
Sandrian saying it's a cabbage white.
I'll go with whatever Andrew said. If she said it's a cabbage black, I'd believe her.
Even though it's white.
I'm not going to argue with someone who knows more than I do.
Okay.
It's a Nova.
Yeah. That one I do know. Yeah. Now they're great to photograph because they're very photogenic and they do allow you to, you know, to get a good shot of them, you know, a lot of the time. And they got wonderful eyes as well. I think their eyes are fascinating on the Hobart.
Very nice.
And another flutterby.
And I don't know what that is. I've tried to look it up. It's probably something very, very common, but I couldn't nail it down. I think it's seeing it from underneath and seeing the white body. I think that's throwing me. Maybe from above it's not white. I don't know. It's just the angle of the shot. You know, I got what I got. So I don't know. Don't know what it is. Thank you.
Is that it?
It's a small copper.
It's a small copper. Is it? Small copper. Yeah.
Apparently, yes. It's just flashed up on my phone, so I'll take that as a given. It's a small copper. There's a punchline there somewhere, but
I wouldn't advise it. Small coppers. Right. Ros. There's Ros. I'm going to unmute you there. And I'll mute you there. So.
Before we start, I want to say two things. One is, I was trying to get pictures of the hoverflies actually flying, which might be why I struggled because I couldn't focus on anything.
Yep.
And then, so I gave up. And then I realised how good everybody else was at doing bugs. So I decided to stay well clear. I tried a wood louse and it was running away from me. So I've got the bomb of a wood louse. So, yeah, so I've given up and I sort of changed my mind, and I've got like old butterfly pictures and stuff. I just couldn't be bothered to trawl through my pictures, so everything I only put 4 in. They were all stuff I took at the weekend while I was messing around. I got a new extension. Is that the word? No, I forgot what you call them now. A thing to try and make the macro extension tube thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to use it. I was just fiddling because I just have a kit lens normally. So I was just messing around really, and I went for inanimate objects that couldn't move, and it's all done with daylight because I didn't bother trying to mess around with flash or anything. And I never quite got around to sort of image stacking, so they're all just pretty much straight out of the camera.
Right, enough excuses.
Yep.
Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. There we go. Oh.
Yeah, so I just went for something different.
Yep. It's not a bug.
It's not a bug. So I just went for the arty look. Just thought I'd see.
Yeah.
And I quite like the fact that it looks a bit scratched, like the plastic, and it's reflecting on the ribbon.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a pattern.
Yeah.
I was going to try it mono, and then I never quite got round to trying it. So I don't have to see. I might mess around with it another time. It's an old style cassette, you know, like a tape player, like not a player, the actual tape.
Yeah.
Do you remember those things? You know, you used to put in the car and record the Radio 1 show on a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Or am I showing my age?
Showing you. Okay. A dandelion.
It's not come up on my screen yet. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So this was the best one. I mean, I'm looking at this on my phone, so it looks tiny, so you can't really see. When I was looking through the shots I took, it was the one that sort of showed the most of it in the best sort of focus, really.
Yeah, in the centre.
I have got quite a few and was going to try stacking them, but I just haven't quite worked out the way to do that yet. So I haven't deleted the other pictures, and I might mess around with it another time.
Yeah.
Yep. Have a play. Best way. It's Four Feather Falls. Sorry, no, I am showing my age. Who remembers?
So I took a picture of a feather and was messing around with it, and I didn't decide how I liked it. So I did it. I just kept reprocessing it, and then I just thought, oh, I'd make it into a pattern. So the top right one that still looks black and white is actually an inverted picture of the bottom left, like color-wise.
Yep.
The two top left, bottom right are mono conversions, but I just did them differently. I just processed it differently.
Yeah.
So I didn't know whether I think they all stand by themselves as individual images, but I didn't know whether it worked as a 4 thing, but I couldn't decide which one to put in, so I just put them all in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. What's this now?
Yeah.
We're trying to all try and guess what it is, Ros.
Oh, this. So it'd been Palm Sunday the week before, and I had this old like woven palm cross, and I was just, like I said, I've been looking around for inanimate objects, and I just like zoomed in on the bit where it's all folded. And I thought it came out quite well, so I kind of liked it being a bit abstract.
Yeah, no, it's.
Plus, with the extension tube thing on, I couldn't get any more of it in shot, so it was what it was, limited by my camera. I need to play around with it a bit more. I think I probably could have focused slightly differently, but I just went for the closest in and then just moved the camera till it was in shot. That's not the way to do it, I know. But it was all handheld, no tripod. I kept putting it, I set up the tripod and then kept taking the camera off to actually get a better picture. So I gave up with the tripod in the end.
Very good. Well done. Thank you.
Well done, Rose. Thank you.
Right, where's Sandra got? There you are. Right, you're unmuted. And
Am I unmuted? Okay. Well, can I just say what fabulous images have been shown here tonight? They're really, really good. Really, well, we'll just see what you think about mine. Certainly isn't my thing. I don't think macro, but I'll have to keep trying at it. But the first one, anyway. Can we see the first one, Mike?
There you go.
The first one, well, you can see I've gone for the inanimate objects because I'm not very good at. Well, I didn't see any bugs. We haven't got any in our garden. I'm sure there isn't any. Perhaps I should take my magnifying glasses out as well. Anyway, I've taken a few things. The first three, I think, I took in the conservatory without any wind to blow away anything or move anything. I tried doing several things, and I've got stacking in my camera. I've got an Olympus camera and a 60mm macro lens, which is equal to 120 size. Anyway, I put this on a tripod, my camera, and it took me ages to set it up so that it fitted in this square, and it looked anything like sharp when I'd finished. Anyway, that's, as you can see, is a £1 coin, so that's that.
I think Steve's saying it's only worth 50 pence after lockdown.
Yes, yeah, if that.
It's good, Sandra, how you've managed, because obviously you can see the 200 and the 2017s all the way around the edge, which is quite, you know, how small they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you'll see on every single angle there's 2017. So it's nice that you've managed to capture that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was more interesting that side of the coin when I did both, but there's more sort of intricate pattern on there. So that's what I chose for that one. Yeah. So. This is one that I've taken before, you know, at an earlier time, and it's just a chrysanthemum, and I just like the colours, and you can see the sharpness in some, and then, you know, it faded out. You know, it's blurred at the back, and I just like the composition of it, so I just put that in as well. Again, it's not fantastic macro example, but that's one I thought would be all right to put in. So I think I've got 3 flowers, haven't I? There's a daisy with again the depth of field changing in the background. I quite like the colours in that daisy. I think it's quite a nice specimen of flower. So it was all handheld, these, actually, the flowers. It was the £1 coin I did on the tripod. So I find it very hard to get a sharp picture with a macro lens handheld. I find it quite difficult.
It is.
But it's definitely technique, isn't it? I think, and practice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continually focus and then just move themselves in and out to the distance.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was doing the ones on a tripod, I thought what a good idea it would be. You know, I know you can get a gadget, can't you, to put on your tripod where you can move the camera up and along, nearer and further away. Am I right? Get something like that.
Yep.
I'll have to inquire anyway. I thought that would be useful. The garlic clove. I don't think this is all that sharp, actually. I did do quite a lot of the garlic clove, but for some reason it just hasn't really worked, I don't think. Macro slider. Thanks, Andrea. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know why I put that in. It's not good. no, well, I don't know. Is it because it wasn't flat and it was curved? Is that why I haven't got it sharp?
You're not going to get all of it sharp with macro.
But I don't think anything's that sharp. I think the end bit at the top, that curly bit, was the sharpest, and it's coming out of the picture. No, it's not a good example, that really. Move on, please. Oh, needs more contrast. Okay. Oh, that's the strawberry.
Yep.
That was taken at a workshop I went to on Olympus when they were showing us how to use the stacking mechanism on the camera. So I thought I'd put that one in because I think it works really. It does show the sharpness of the strawberry and even the green bit at the top.
Sort of highlights. It's quite highlighted at the top. Is blown out a bit, isn't it?
Top left-hand corner.
Yeah, it's quite
yes.
bright. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, you're right, Gavin. Yeah. They use the lighting on that one, and I haven't adjusted that. Yeah. Well, I thought you could see all the the detail in the bottom left-hand corner of the strawberry. I think it was going on. Yeah.
Now they were saying the green bit's very good as well. The
hairs on it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's that was an interesting workshop, I have to say. Yeah. And the next one is I think it's the last one. The green fly.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the flower was, but it was all opened up the flower, so it was in 3 parts, and these little tiny green fly on it, which I think has come out. You can see them, and I think they're not bad. They're not. Some of them are faded out, but some of them are quite sharp, I think. But I like the detail on the petals on this flower and the colours on the flower as well. If from them all, I think this is my favourite, but I don't think it's that good anyway. But it is, I think it's the best one that I'll put in. So more practice needed, and I really enjoyed doing it. So that's the main thing. And I think being having all day to do everything, you can take your time and think about what you're doing, and it's been a worthwhile project for me, I think.
No, it looks.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, so there you is. Unmute you, and I shall mute you. Right.
Well, like Ros, I don't have a macro lens, so I've just got one extension tube, and I'm using it with the 50mm. And I don't do a lot of macro anyway, so we'll just have to see what you think.
Okie doke. Yeah, it's rules.
Yeah, one of the white ones we got when we went to Balsam, just outside Chichester last year. It's I thought it was quite one of the most focus that I've had out of my 50mm. So that's all I've got to say about that one.
Okay. Lovely, sharp in the middle.
Yeah.
You got everything that's needed to be sharp there.
I would have thought I would have used something between about 7.1 or 6.3. This is a little shell from the in the back garden. Taking it with the same 50 in the extension with a macro flash on. I've done a little bit of processing on it, but that's about it. I've never been big into macro and bugs and everything else, but it's just one of the things I suppose you got to try and keep practicing.
Would it have been better with a smaller crop, you know, because the background's quite busy, isn't it?
Yeah, I just did most of the time. I have cropped in. I was just wondering whether I could crop in, was worth cropping in a bit more. When I looked at the rate that it was cropped in at, it didn't look like it'd start going a bit awful. So I just left most of them as they were.
Mm-hmm. What would anybody any comments or on the cropping? Would that have worked or?
It does need cropping more, but you just could do with those petals just appearing at the bottom if you've got those.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the bottom of the frame anyway.
Yeah,
I missed that bit.
It's good practice, Vinny. You know, as you can see from tonight, you know, it's about, you know, taking your time and going through them a wee bit more. I mean, you can get them. But,
yeah, all these the last 5 were taken on, I think, Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if anybody knows what that is before I tell you.
I don't think I want to know.
Eddie's saying it's your bum, Mike.
My bum ain't that clean.
Right, anyway, moving on. What is it?
It is starting to a rotten apple.
All right, yeah.
Yep.
See it now.
You guessed it.
Yeah, I just thought I'd try it because it was just something that had little particles on, and just tried see what I could get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a bit of a something like a tunnel going, or if I change it to one of those wormholes for space stuff, I suppose.
Yeah. It's good detail, you know, on the fungus.
Yeah, I quite like it with the white fungus look at the end of it. So.
Yep.
Good effort.
Snai.
Yeah, it's Luna, one of my other cats, and she was just laying there on the sofa, so I decided that I'd try and take a picture of her eye and see if I could get anything decent out of it. So, but I don't think it's done too badly. It's just that the room was a little bit darker, so her pupil wasn't as close as I'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably practice a little bit more with. It's just difficult because they're all blooming. When they see me with my camera, they run off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
I tried one of the other cats, and her eye wasn't as clean as Luna's, so we decided that one instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Steve, it was a macro flash.
Yep.
It's good.
It's a fly.
Yeah, but it was about the only little creatures out in the back garden. But there was loads of hoverflies, and I thought this was probably my clearest out of the lot of them. It was quite difficult having to get so close with the 50mm. Because I couldn't find the ring connection for me 100 to 400, and I couldn't really, and it didn't work without the flash, so I changed back to my 50mm.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a better one. I think that might be the next one.
Oh, he's just having a little peek out there, isn't he? See.
Yeah, he's just hiding. But they decided they were going to stay hidden because it was a bit cooler in the shade, and they didn't decide to move. So I got a better shot, I suppose.
Right. Well, Wendy's not here. So, thanks, Vince.
No problem.
We're just going to view her pictures anyway.
I should think so, yep. Let's just open it up for anyone to comment.
I'm assuming this is from the macro shoot that she did last week or last month.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gecko, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
No. Good tight.
It's a milky frog.
Getting it in on Amazon, can't you?
Michael. Michael.
Yes.
Would we class this as the other one? Would we class these as macro or close up?
Just wildlife shots.
Really should be 1-to-1.
Yeah.
But
especially the other one, it's more or less a wildlife shot. It's not a macro shot. They're not macro shots, are they?
Portraits.
Yeah. Use a macro.
Or perhaps if they've been taken with a macro lens, they have a macro shot.
Well,
someone will have to Google the word macro.
Or better. Autograph.
Anyway, it's a good frog, a toad, or whatever it is.
It's a frog. So it's bigger than life size.
Yeah.
So that's macro-ish.
Macro-ish. There you go.
There you go. That's a pretty one, isn't it?
No.
Can't remember pausing for that one.
Very pretty frog, that.
Ugly bugger.
A frog or a toad?
Toad. Horn toad.
Sorry, do you think that is the reflection, or is it flipped or something? Is it camera magic?
Yes.
It's what?
It'll be a reflection.
Yeah.
Because it was a photo shoot, wasn't it?
Yeah, reflection.
Yep.
Has Wendy changed from owls to frogs now? Is that what our thing is? every single competition, we're going to see a frog.
Frog fairy.
What workshops you've been on?
I know.
Right.
Maybe it's her husband before she gave him a kiss years ago. It's all right, I know, Darren.
It's a fly.
It's not a frog. It's what it eats.
That's right.
They're pretty
nice
colour.
Yeah,
nice colour, aren't they?
Not sure about these here. They won't flopping off.
Yeah. Yeah, she needs to be a wee bit more processing.
Yep.
Spots.
All right.
Next one.
Next one. Hyacinth.
What the hell?
Yeah. I think the highlights need a bit toning down, I think.
Yep.
It's a bit bright. I had to go and put my sunglasses on to watch this. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it just needs a bit of toning down on the colour there, but
yeah, just these highlights are just a bit too much.
yeah. You're losing the detail, aren't you, in it?
Yep.
Okay.
Hyacinth bouquet. And a tulip.
Tulip from Thylamon.
Yeah, middle.
Just needs that green triangle at the top, sort of top left.
Yep.
bottom.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame it wasn't all in shade, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't know about the white dots at the top. You know, it's sort of distracting as well, isn't it? You know, it's.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to clone the pollen out. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll obviously give our feedback.
Yep.
Off you go, Gavin.
So let's give it back to you, Gavin.
Okay.
Put everybody up first. I've lost you. There you go.
You can put everybody back. You know, I take it everybody's unmuted. I think it'd be good to just unmute everybody. Mike.
Oh, you want them all unmuted? Okay.
Yeah. It's
He likes us.
yeah. Well, really, some cracking images from people that have probably never tried macro as well. It's good to see so many pictures to view on a night as well. That was a good effort from everybody. Really, you know, it's great for as many people to participate as possible. And obviously, that's our first sort of gallery evening.
Mm-hmm.
Just to say about next week, is going to be a presentation by Mike on which Mike's just going to tell us a little bit about that, what he's going to be doing.
It's entirely up to you lot. Otherwise, I'll have to make some rubbish up and tell you.
Okay. Are we doing it by YouTube Live, or are we doing a Zoom again?
I think with of all the freebie extensions, I'm going to do YouTube Live, but I will try doing the other option and see. And because we're not actually, I'll try using Jitsi and see what we think of that.
So, are you, Mike's going to be sending out a link to that or details of that?
Yep.
What are you actually doing?
I haven't got a clue. What do you want?
Oh.
Give me something.
No idea.
Give me something. Give me anything.
A list of ideas.
Are we going to bed, Stephen?
No, I've had to put me. It's nothing kinky. I've had to put my iPad on charge.
All right.
I've had to move out the office.
I thought you got tired.
No. There's nothing kinky going on.
Believe you.
So it was just, you know, if anybody's got anything that you want Mike to go over, could you let him know, and then at least he can put something together, and we'll send out details of it for next Thursday, so that we can join in and log in to whatever Mike's organised.
Yeah.
So really, any questions from any of the members? Anything you'd like to raise or bring up?
As long as it's not your dinner.
No.
Is tonight the deadline for the appraisal?
When is it, Gavin?
Yes.
Tonight.
Yes.
So
when is the deadline?
For the appraisal.
Tonight.
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 Right.
Tonight. Yeah.
Shit.
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
Only takes a few minutes. Today's was a bit difficult. It is happy and open, isn't it?
Yeah, it's open. It's fine in that respect. I put mine up today, so.
Have we got until midnight?
It's not. You've got till next week, as far as I'm concerned. It's an appraisal. It's not a competition. Shove them in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Obviously,
you, Michael.
What's that for next Thursday, that night?
Yep.
I'll try and get them in as early as possible, you know, so that we know how many are in for the appraisal.
But it's
How many images each?
we don't need to worry about it, to be perfectly honest.
No, no.
Okay. But as I said, next week we'll obviously let you know about what's happening for next week. But if anybody's got any other questions, if not, we can close the meeting for tonight. Thanks again to everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank
see
you.
you next week. Or speak to you
Nope.
next week.
Thank you. Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Please, what you want next week. Sorry?